being late that on their podcast.
You are your own first responder. Always be prepared, stay safe, stay armed. Always be aware, get training and practice. No room for mistakes. One wrong move is all it takes. So hold on to America's favorite black rifle. It could be the thing that ensures your survival. It's an AR-15 show, it's ready to rock. It's your weekly dose of awesome gun talk. Awesome gun talk.
Welcome to the AR-15 podcast. This show is for you if you just bought your first rifle or you've been building them for years. There's something we can all do to take our black rifles to the next level. My name is Nick Dooley. I am joined tonight by our wonderful co-host who is here again. This is like 3 whole weeks in a row.
3 whole weeks.
Mr. Garth Hofer.
Yeah, here I sit. Here I am. I'm still not doing the whole festive thing like Joe. Joe, you're killing it again, man. I love it.
Yes, we also have
Volume maximum.
Santa's little helper and propaganda artist, Joe.
Good evening, everybody.
So how are we doing, guys?
Man, it's been cold. I don't know if you guys know or not, but the wind was blowing the last few days.
It isn't cold. It was beautiful out yesterday until the wind came up and then got cold. Like 30-degree difference between today and yesterday. But yeah, that wind was wicked.
Well, I think we hit like 78 or 92 up here. So, and not the temperature, the wind speed.
Yeah, I shouldn't say that. Official reading at the airport today we had as a high was 73 miles an hour.
Yeah, it got crazy. I think
They had
104 in Rapid.
128 in Wyoming, yeah.
It was 144 in Wyoming, wasn't it? I thought it was super high out there. They said it was hurricane force winds, but that's just straight line gust. So yeah.
Well, and half the hills were on fire because all the power lines kept hitting the trees. So
yeah, it's been crazy. Like I said, it was beautiful yesterday until that. Or even Thursday. Even Tuesday was really nice out.
Yes, and it's supposed to be fairly nice out tomorrow again.
Yeah, because we went from what, like 4 inches of snow on the ground to nothing already from this weekend. Like, yeah.
But since everyone is tuned in for the weather report,
oh yeah, hey, it happens.
It is.
That also somewhat affects the first question we always ask is, you guys do anything fun?
Joe, you got something, Joe? Go for it.
Yeah, I got some ammo in Monday. I don't remember what day it showed up. But before it got crazy out yesterday, I told my wife, I'm like, hey, I need to go to the range quick. So I grabbed a mag, 30-round mag. It was the 110s from 110 grains for the 300 blackout from Phantom Defense. Where'd the sticker go? Yeah, Phantom Defense is who I got it from. So looking at the head stamps, it's all reman, but I went to the range with my Hellbreaker to see how it'd run with that FRT. And it ran like a champ. Yeah, it's more. So I'm probably done with that build, which is now more than I ever wanted originally. For those that aren't aware, that was a lower I bought in 2014 when I was in Afghanistan. Got home with the intentions of it being a double stamped gun, and just with life and building race guns and competition guns, it just sat as a strip lower in my safe until about this time a year ago, maybe, when I decided I was going to go and put the resonator, Yankee Hill resonator, integrally suppressed upper on it, and then I added the super safety to it with a cassette. I can't remember which triggers in it. I know it's not the Elf. I think it's the maybe Rise Armament or something else. I can't remember, but it ran awesome in that with that. Just I think I did fired some singles, just make sure stuff would cycle, and then flip to that third spot and let her go. And it's it's fun. It's gonna be a range toy, talking piece more than anything with that A10 Magwell receiver on it like I said, it's fun. It runs. I'm gonna take it back for Christmas and my dad play with it. I think he's gonna get a kick out of that. So my wife doesn't know I'm taking it with me yet. That'll be interesting.
That's easy enough.
Yeah. It ran great. Like I said, I'm still waiting on my 220 ammo that I ordered from a different company the same day.
I might know where there's a couple hundred rounds of each.
Just to see if it will run, how it will run. I'm not super worried if it'll run the subsonic in the third position as much as the supersonics, but it'll be fun.
So the GAT Lab said that he's having issues getting the selector to run in his, I'm assuming it's 9mm AR-15, and I know that another guy here kind of locally has been having issues as well. I actually had to take his PCC bolt apart and turn down the weight that's like pinned into the back of them, so that it didn't get in the way and rub on that arm that comes up. So
they recommend the standard H2 buffer and a full
and then that was
BCG.
That was the next thing was they had to have him change the buffer out.
Yep. And then there's there's a lot that they claim that you need, like the low shelf lower, the correct buffer springs, they even have a list of, if you go to their website, they have a list of triggers that, because there's something, I can't remember what it is, there's something to do with the trigger that has to be a certain thing. And
it's it won't work with all the cassette style triggers,
no,
or even a couple of the Geisleys.
Yeah,
it has to do with being able to catch the it's trying to think of the right way to put it. Oh, it's the disconnector. And yeah, it was after that. I went down to even a lighter weight buffer weight than that in order to get it to start to run correctly. The GAT Lab said that he did the trim and put a 7.5 ounce buffer, and I went even lighter, and that has like just a straight standard carbine, not even an H2, and that is definitely the thing that made it run better. But it was a low shelf lower, so real quick, I'm going to ask this, and I will ask our resident everyman, Garth, when I say high shelf and low shelf, do you know what that means?
Oh, I stopped listening 5 minutes ago, but no, not at all.
He's like, where I keep the good whiskey and the Jim Beam.
So high shelf versus low shelf. For anyone watching live, I will pull up and a graphic here to show you on screen. But high shelf versus low shelf lower is another one of the things that Colt kind of did to screw us back in the day. And what they did was they went, hey, so we're going to have a lower receiver that it takes all of the normal parts that you would see for, like, hey, this is what it is that we have. But when they go through, they have for lack of better, it's the shelf is lower underneath the takedown pin. And when they do this, it made it so that it would not go into accept a full auto trigger pack. So they had it machined up higher so that it would just accept they wouldn't be able to attach the sear without putting everything in. And then, yes, there is a narrow versus wide as well. And narrow versus wide is getting into some more like intrinsic, how different manufacturers make it. But and it's generally considered an enhancement. But here I will pull up on screen a picture so you can see what it is I'm talking about. Does that make sense when I explain it that way, Garth?
Yes. I'm sorry, I had to step off screen. My bloody nose came back again.
So if you look here at what's on screen,
Mhm.
you will see that it has below that rear takedown pin, it is cut down even lower and then has another shelf that's removed to the rear.
Yep.
And then a high shelf lower does not have any of that.
Okay.
So that is where you wouldn't have that stuff milled out, and that is a high shelf. And then narrow versus wide gets into another specifically for what type of selector you're going to use if you were doing full auto stuff. But that is like ultra nerd. That's for me.
No, I definitely picked it up. Pictures help. Use illustrations. They work a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, it's you can mill out any lower to be a to have the pocket cut into it so that you're good to go. It's just a matter of some come that way, some don't.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'd never paid attention to that kind of specific.
Well, it's generally one, unless you're building your own rifles,
Yeah.
a lot of times you're not going to know. And then unless you're looking at things like FRTs and things of that nature,
Mhm.
you're really not going to notice unless you
Okay.
plan on making a machine gun out of it,
Yeah.
which means you're an SOT.
Yeah. All right. That's fair. And I don't plan on doing a machine gun anytime soon. So I say that now, but the future, who knows?
I think we should check out your shotgun
Ooh. Yeah, that'd be cool.
and see if it wants a super safety.
That would be cool. Like, really cool.
Yes, it would.
We have an AR. I don't remember which one it is. We have an AR-12 on our guard Christmas raffle. And if I win it, I am going to see if I can get it to run with one. Just for
reasons.
Yeah, I don't need reasons. I just want to do it. Because it is an opportunity and I want to do it. So
why not?
Yeah, I would enjoy a full auto 12 gauge as well. I've shot a full auto 12 gauge.
So have I. It's fun. It's really fun. And it was a SBR too. Like it was sweet.
I bet it wasn't an SBR.
Well, it was an SBS.
Yeah. But I want to say it was the one they had in John Wick, right?
Yes, it was.
Okay, I thought so. Yeah. So
yeah, it was a short barrel shotgun with a 12 gauge suppressor on it.
Yeah, it was sweet.
And full auto.
And they went fast. Really fast.
Yep. I know that while we're talking about this stuff, the GAT Lab says, I'd like to see a Panzer AR-15 upper run on a super safety. I'd have to see how that bolt lockup works to see how it trips, to see if it would.
I need to look one up. Okay.
Because I know that some of the PCCs won't work right now. because of how the bolt moves.
Because I have a Panzer shotgun already downstairs.
Yeah, the AR-15 upper is the one that uses P90
Oh,
mags, and it's 5.7. Yeah, Dr. Scary Guy who says Panzer made a full auto compatible bolt at one time, but they took it away. And they're going, yeah, I'm pretty sure it needs a trip bar. So a trip bar is something that would trip that lever to cause the sear to catch, or to do the things. And some bolts and different setups need those. But that is a tale for another time.
Gosh, I need to take that shotgun out and shoot it. I haven't done it yet. That Panzer Ranch 12 I bought like 6 months ago.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Not your Rock Island.
No. I took I went pheasant hunting with that last Saturday, and I actually got my first kill with it.
Nice.
It impressed me. I lost the bird completely because I was looking directly in the sun. So I just kept pulling that trigger, and all of a sudden it fell out of the sky. So it worked.
I mean, when you go to sky blasting, that is a good thing to have, is a mag-fed shotgun.
19 rounds, man. Yeah. It was fun.
I mean, I have that too.
Yeah. So
Yeah, I'm not about to carry that much ammo.
I definitely put a sling on for sure. That helped a lot too.
Although it's I have it. I don't want to walk with it in the field because it's stupid heavy.
Oh yeah.
Like,
And
my
walking
pump gun-
and having a sling when you're walking is pointless, because especially if you're walking to flush. It's different. Like I know the guys. I know the guys that walk, or like the big pointer guys with good pointer dogs that you have all day to get ready once the dog's on point. I know a lot of guys that even their over-unders, they're cracked sitting on their shoulder because they're not.
I'll disagree with that, because I always used a sling on my shotgun, but it was when I was running dogs or something like that, just to keep my hands.
But you were going to be expected to be one of them right on flush though. Like,
yeah, I generally was though, but depending which side it came out.
Yeah.
But our RFW would bury you can only have 3 rounds. That's only for migratory birds here.
Yeah,
South Dakota, the idiots in South Dakota, if they ever got checked, if you have a migratory bird stamp, even if you're hunting upland, you're only allowed 3. Everybody argues that with me, but if you have the stamp, because again, it's just the same reason you can't have lead with you if you go out in the morning and hunt bird or hunt waterfall and then turn around and go hunt pheasants in the evening or the afternoon. If you have the federal waterfall stamp, you're supposed to only have 3.
Yeah, I didn't buy that stamp because I don't.
Yeah.
So I load for bear.
And a lot of them forget. It's not even the. I take that back. It's not the waterfall stamp. It's the migratory stamp for doves and then most waterfall. But
yeah.
No, but no, that is one thing where I know that when I've gone out to do anything, I generally just use my over-under for shooting doves or anything like that, because
I'd love a good over-under for pheasant hunting, or even then, rarely do I ever need more than 3 shots when I'm pheasant hunting. Other than like that one year when we had at your guys' place just like a trap shoot going on, but most of the time for 1 or 2 that flush at a time, by the time if you're needing that 4th or 5th shot, they're probably at quite a range. And I like knowing I have to make the 2 or 3 shots I have count rather than like Gar said, just firing until it falls out of the sky.
Oh no, yeah. If I would have took it serious, it was more just because I had out of state guys there, and I was just showing off the shotgun for the kicks and giggles of it.
Accuracy by volume always works.
Oh
Yeah.
no, it makes sense.
But
Like, I'm not disagreeing with what you did at all. It's definitely going through where it's like, oh no, I'm gonna use this. What is that? It's my shotgun.
yeah,
I know that, like, I've done it before where I pulled out my 3-gun shotgun, and people have been like, "What is that?" Just because the mag tube sticks out further than the barrel.
mm-hmm.
So, like, yeah, I've done it before too, but I don't want to walk a field with that loaded.
Yeah. You don't realize the difference between 3 rounds in a shotgun versus 13 on a full tube like that. It is.
Oh no, I full know.
You do, yeah. I'm just saying, like, you think it's a great idea until you walk some of the walks we've done where.
Well, that was like when the Sega shotguns first came out. Everybody wanted to buy the 25-round drums.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I carry a whole box.
Cool.
That got heavy, didn't it?
It's easier to wear them on your vest and put them in as needed than just having them in your hands, in your arms.
Well, that's why I block most times, because honestly, I could care less if I go shoot birds or not. They drove hours to get here to shoot pheasants. I'm gonna let them go shoot pheasants. You take your dogs over there. I'll block down here. It's fine.
It's not because you don't like to walk.
I walk enough. I took them down to the honey hole. We went down there. I went walking through there.
I'm just saying that because of your jokes about in the past with SHOT Show and me.
Oh no, yeah, no, that's definitely true though. But you get that amped up feeling. I'm out here shooting, hunting. It's fun. I don't worry about that.
Yes, but the other handy thing about that is like when we're going through looking at those, I know that I do enjoy that shotgun you use, Garth. Not just because like you bought it and I instantly had to work on it. Not because it needed work.
No.
But because it was, okay, we have this. Hey, I have parts that will fit this.
Mm.
And because that was a struggle since it used a commercial spec tube. Which,
that threw me for a loop a little bit, but hey, it came out eventually.
Hey, I know. I think I helped with that.
Yeah, it worked out. So,
yeah. But the other good thing about it is it does have a VZ grip. The unique features of VZ grips, they're machined from a solid block of G10. And G10 is great because it's durable. It doesn't get slippery when covered with mud, blood, or sweat. 17-degree grip angle and a wide variety of textures from mild to extreme, as well as color options and shorty versions are also available. 1911 grips, extreme customizability, standard and slim palm swells, sun watches, safety cuts, bottom profiles, and more. More than 25 textures and 27 colors are available. And there's one coupon code that's good for 15% off all handgun and rifle grips. And that code is AR-15 POD 15.
I'm watching this chat over here, and all of a sudden now we've got a pheasant hunt going on next year at the Hofer Farms. So,
and prairie dog hunting.
Well, I don't have any prairie dogs, but I know
I do.
So
I have prairie dogs.
Well, I think we could probably get something in the works like this. It'd be kind of neat.
But
that's good.
No, but as we go through here, guys, why don't we start? Since we've been talking about, like, in the comments we've talked about ARs and shotguns, and even there was mention of a Taurus judge being confiscated by the government, which is okay. Not that they confiscated it because that's overreach, but because the Taurus good is really not good at anything. But
I know a guy that carried one every other when he pheasant hunted, just in case he came across rattlesnakes.
Like, that's the only acceptable thing as a snake gun.
Yeah.
I actually used one for pheasant hunting one year, and I got a bird right in front of a game warden, and then the game warden told me that was illegal.
Yes,
Yeah,
because you
but-
have to use a gun with a stock.
Yep. Oops. He goes, great shot. Don't ever do it again.
Oh, that's a good game warden too. Like,
Oh
hey,
no, yeah.
Do I know this game warden?
Oh, maybe well, he's not a game warden anymore. So
Yeah.
dude,
I
I'm
believe
gonna
it.
try why. Too many warnings.
yeah.
At Country Boy Guns, there's this thing called Rat Shot, and I have actually seen 50 BMG Rat Shot.
I saw that this week, and it's
Mhm.
like, just go get a shotgun.
I want to try it.
I mean, yeah, I got to pattern it, but
But no, guys, I don't know when we're talking about this. We've had a lot of conversations about things, and in the chat earlier, guys were talking about safes and stuff like that. And we all kind of live in different environments, you know, for like what home life is like.
Yeah.
And what do you guys do about safe storage?
exactly that. Safe. No. When we had the kids growing up, especially when Jess and I first moved in together, everything was locked up. Just because they hadn't grown up with them like I had, or like you guys had, we knew safety. We knew we grew up with them. Now lately, I've got either of my carry guns. One's by the bed, one's usually by my desk, just depending on where and what I've been carrying that day. But with the new house guest, it's probably going to be in not. I don't know if I'm going to go back to keeping everything in the safe, but maybe in the nightstand rather than on the nightstand.
Mm-hmm.
It's touchy, especially with kids that don't know what they are, or kids that are having things where kids or their friends might get to them. Like in my office, no one else is usually in here. Definitely no kids in the bedroom or in our bedroom, unless they're up to no good already, snooping around. Honestly, the only reason I have a safe is just so I know where everything's at. I grew up with the old glass front wood skeleton key gun case that was only there to organize guns and keep kids from being able to get to them unchecked until we figured out all it takes is a butter knife.
The same lock that I had in ours growing up that used just a butter knife to open.
Yeah. But by the time I realized I could do it with a butter knife, I could reach the top and get the key, or I knew where all the other. By then, my dad wasn't locking them up. There was a shotgun and a 22 by the back door. God knows what was out in the sheds, the shed guns. But and really, if you're looking at fire protection, even the fire ratings on most safes, it's basically so you can identify what the gun was if you have them insured. If you've got, where was I going with that? Organization, somebody breaks into the house. Yeah, we've all seen how easy it is to defeat basically any safe if you know what's in there and want it. Most people up to no good aren't going to spend any time trying to break into my safe, where they're just going to grab computer screens, monitors, laptops, that sort of thing. Unless, again, it's just sitting out in the open where you can see it.
Yeah. So I too, like growing up, had the, it's when you go through what I had growing up, we had the double door, wood and glass gun cabinet that you could open with the butter knife.
Yep.
it's my mom still has one of those in her house. Like that's
Yeah.
what their gun cabinet is. She's like, oh, do you guys want this gun cabinet? I'm like, no, I don't. I have safes. I do not want this. Like they were a gorgeous piece of woodworking furniture.
Oh yeah, they're
And-
nice.
Well, I think it was like a rite of passage because every house that my friends lived in or vice versa had one in it because, that was just what you did. It was the display, proud, they're there, but they're in a safe spot. No, it's plexiglass or glass. It's not going to be for protection. It's just we know where they're at.
And
it's one step above the wooden rack on the wall where you just stack them.
That's what my grandpa had going up the
Yep.
stairs. They had, like 3 or 4 guns there, and they weren't. I mean, we're talking 80s and 90s where growing up rural, everything was pretty safe. We weren't looking at a lot of break-ins and stuff like that where we were. So it was more one to keep kids away from them because again, until we're old enough or big enough to figure out how to get in, and by then we already know what's going on. They're nice again, but in today's day and age,
like when I went from that, it's so I'm from that having the walnut, and glass, gun cabinet, and then as you went on from there, like when I first got back from Iraq and was living with a couple buddies in Brookings, we were all hunters. And like I talk about it in class when I talk about storage, it was 3 single dudes living in a house together that were all hunters and shooters. Like the hallway closet that most people would store towels in.
Yep.
We just had full of ammo for going to the range. Like that was where we kept all of our ammo.
Mm-hmm.
And, we'd walk in and, oh, hey, we got done pheasant hunting, shove a shotgun in a corner and grab a beer. And that was also like, we weren't breaking any laws, but we didn't have to worry about anyone coming over.
Yeah.
And when you were, talking about that stuff, it was, what we had, it was pretty normal and everything. Nothing seemed that much out of the ordinary. Now, Joe, you were talking about your carry gun, and like kind of what to do with that. I'll share the screen again. Anybody who wants to get something for their everyday carry, this is my favorite safe for that. It's from Hornaday. It's called the Rapid Safe. So it does have a touchpad that you can use to enter a code, but it's also RFID. And it has chargers and everything for your, phone that you can plug into, and then use the RFID tags. You can put it on the back of your phone or a bracelet, and it'll pop open, and the drawer will slide open, and you can keep everything in there.
Yeah, that's handy because it's easy enough to get open when you need it, but it's going to keep the people that shouldn't be in there. They're out of it. Just there's kids that don't grow up around it. There's other people. I mean, if I broke into a house and I saw that thing, it'd look like a stupid clock to me. I wouldn't even think there's a firearm.
Well, I know.
And it's.
Go for it.
I was going to say, like, you talk about kids not growing up with it. So, like, you've talked about this. Garth's a single guy. Like, he just has to worry about his wiener getting into his guns.
Well, actually, I was just going to say, because I have children in the neighborhood, and I'm not saying they're nosy. They've never, like, been in my garage or anything that I know of. But I actually moved a safe into my garage just for that fact. I started taking my guns out of my pickups at night and putting it in my safe because I don't want someone wandering in, because most times I leave my garage door unlocked. It's got the keypad on it and stuff like that. So it's just one turn and I can open it up anyway. But I don't want to have that on my conscience that some kid wanders into my garage someday and finds a rifle or shotgun or pistol. So I try to do it a lot, and or remember, be responsible about it, and put them in a safe. Because, like you said, Nick, I am a single guy. I have guns in my house laying around. I actually couldn't find a gun for a week because I forgot I put it in my drawer in this desk right now. So I opened up. I was like, hey, that's where that went. So yeah, I have firearms everywhere in my house.
I did.
Yep. Well,
I had to tell Jess that one time. I forgot that I had my carry pistol. I put it in the center console. She dropped me off for guards and was heading to Lincoln. Before I realized it, I'm like, if you get pulled over, absolutely positively refuse to be searched. They're not gonna, I mean, they can bring a dog, they're not gonna find anything, but if you get searched with a concealed pistol outside of, because she doesn't have a carry permit at all, especially going across state lines with one, I'm like, yeah, just say, wow, like, who knows why you'd get pulled over? You had out of state plates. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of leaving stuff in the car. That's why even now I don't even usually, if I'm in the vehicles, have it inside the center console. It's either in that little cubby right in front of my center console, or like right next to me in the door where I can see it and I'm gonna grab it. I've never been a fan of, I can't say that, since becoming a responsible adult, I've never been a fan of leaving guns in vehicles. Leaving guns in vehicles when I was in high school was a completely different story.
it was the normal. Like
It was the normal. Yeah.
You know, we had ranch pickups that have always had them, or tractors that in the middle of nowhere that just always have had something in them because that's just a thing.
It's easier to leave it there than carry it every day.
But so, you know, it's like, Joe, you talked about it with what you know, when you had your kids there and stuff like that. It's like, okay, yep, we went to a safe, and I, you know, went to, okay, yep, like, you know, I got my safe, we had everything in it, and then with the other business and stuff like that, I sometimes don't have enough room in all the safes, so my office has a lock on it, and so, hey, we got this stuff over here, and Piper, you know, my daughter knows that she can't come into my office, but
even if she did, she knows better. That, I mean, that's a kid that knows not to play with it. At the very least, if she's going to play with it, she's probably going to clear it and make sure everything's good to go.
Yeah, well, that, and if she wants to look at something, she'll, hey, Dad, can we look at this? And it's okay. Yep, we pull it out, and she knows how to clear everything and goes through it. And, I mean, honestly, that 13-year-old girl probably knows more about gun safety than most of the
people in your classes.
Yeah, say most of the hunters in the state.
Not too.
But, you know, it's where she's grown up with it. She also has friends that, you know, come over to the house that have never seen a gun. And it's, you know, like one in particular, they've got one parent who is, well, neither one of the parents is from our state. One is from, you know, the American Great White North, and the other one is from, you know, Chirac. And it's like, oh no, you know, this is bad, you know, and it's just, you know, Dad's kind of like, oh no, this is fine, you know, like we had them for bears and stuff, but it wasn't oh, hey, this is a thing we have for us to use. So there's a little bit of stigma there to kind of overcome and think about. And when you're going through and having it, you know, where you have, you know, sporting guns and stuff put away and put up, but you still have the ability to get your hands on a prepared gun for self-defense. And I find the best way to do that is to just wear your self-defense gun. And the best way to wear your self-defense gun is in a Klecker Tactical holster. Because if you're in need of a reliable custom Kydex holster, Klecker Tactical is your one-stop shop. Using premium USA source material, Klecker Tactical will build you a holster in a variety of styles and colors, along with light and laser options. Whether you're in law enforcement, a competitive shooter, or an everyday gun enthusiast, trust that Klecker Tactical will provide every firearm owner has access to top-tier and personalized holsters, as well as custom products you can't find anywhere else. Use code AR-15 podcast for 10% off at KleckerTactical.com.
Just don't let him ship anything to you until he figures out not to use USPS.
Hey, I use USPS a lot.
I don't understand why stuff goes from Omaha to West Fargo and just completely skips our state and then takes like another week to get here.
Because government.
Yeah.
No, but I really do stand by that, like, hands on a gun prepared for self-defense. Like, that's why I'm a fan of, like, the rapid safes from Hornady.
Yeah.
The snap safes, which also, had the punch codes that you would enter into and drop down, or like gun vault or whatever.
Yeah.
Also, like, huge fan of those. It's just like Hornady came out with that version. I'm like, oh, hey, that's like perfect. I can plug my phone into it. I don't need all the other stuff. Like, it's an alarm clock.
I like those a lot better than the old style ones that would like pop open and then you could reach in and grab the gun. They were so narrow and stuff. My hands, I kept banging them on the sides of the safe and getting nicked up. So yeah, I much prefer that new Hornady safe. If I had a purpose for one, honestly, right now I don't. So
I watched what says my ex was from Greece. The first time she came over to the apartment, I had my guns out to clean, and I was at the range. She freaked out because they couldn't have any of those guns. A few years back, we went hunting with some Germans that were over here because we've got some weirdos that think they have to have real German short-hair pointers.
Quits.
But they were hunting with us, and we had blockers, and then we were at the close to the end where all the birds start flushing and safely shooting. But they're like, if we did that, we'd go to jail. Like, well, we were not shooting at you, we were shooting towards you. But they were like super weirded out. Like, they're like, no, that's just how we hunt. So yeah, different cultures, different, just what they do or how they do things too is a big thing. I'm not saying right or wrong. I mean,
one of them said that the birds moved way too fast.
Yeah. It was an interesting hunt with them.
Is it even a pheasant hunt if you don't get peppered or rained down on?
Yeah.
Oh, well, like I've spoke with some of those guys that have gone to Germany and done the hunts, and like they have a hunt master, and it's like a big deal with how they do it. It's ultra regulated,
mm-hmm.
And like you stand here,
like those hunt clubs, those East Coast hunt clubs.
Yeah.
I know a couple of years ago, somewhere locally, they did a European style pheasant hunt, and that was interesting. Hey, Gideon Optics is here in the chat. So, Bob, how we doing?
Good. Bob, where's the Mediator XL?
Right to it, Joe. Right to it.
It's Christmas. I haven't got mine yet. But yeah, and that goes back to even storage and that sort of thing. We're just, like I said, growing up in rural South Dakota where there was nobody around, we didn't pay attention to it. I mean, we left the keys in the car all night, like doors unlocked. So,
it was called the 90s. Things were different. Every pickup had the window shotgun mount.
Yes,
it was.
Gideon Optics says Mediator XL win. Gideon says if they aren't done by SHOT Show, I'm not coming. Well, that would be extremely disappointing to me because I was looking forward to bourbons with you, Bob.
Nick's the only guy that's going for our crew, so you got to go hang out with him.
Trust me, everything will be fine.
Yeah. Famous last words. Don't worry, I've got a plan. You want to clue us in? No. I've got a plan, though.
You say that like I don't have a plan.
Oh, you always have a plan.
That's why my wife will ask, what's your plan? So me and dude, okay, I don't need to hear anything else. I don't want to.
Exactly.
Just don't call me when you need help. Like, they've never needed help.
I like the words. So me and Dooley, never mind. I don't want to know.
Yep.
This is going to get bad fast.
What are you laughing at? Like, well, the signal. She's like, I don't need to hear anything else.
Oh. No, it's definitely like it's a plan. Even if the plan is to make it up as I go along.
Yeah.
But no, I do know that there are a couple other options because, like, I know I was talking about the self-defense stuff. There is, or at least there used to be,
I think a good katana. I mean, you see somebody coming at you with a katana, you're probably going to get the hell out of their house.
I mean, possibly. Now, there's a handful of things I've seen that this is again going back to specifically to the AR stuff. Hornady made a wall mount for an AR that covered like the whole action.
Well,
Yep.
So what about those, like the American flag, where they've got like they open up? What did you guys thoughts on
Concealment
those?
furniture.
Yeah, that kind of stuff.
So I got one of those for Christmas a couple of years ago. A concealment flag.
Mm-hmm.
And my problem is I don't have an AR that would fit in it because it's like my Flux Raider would fit in it awesome.
But that'd be illogical to have, like, there's those people like, I have a gun in every room of the house. Like,
I do have a gun in every room of the house.
Yeah,
that's just because you forgot where you sat it down. And
I know.
when Tactical Walls came out with their concealment furniture, and that's for people who live in here we go. Next August, Gideon says they will be at Goals in Des Moines.
Bet.
And I do know that when we have that, like, we will be in Des Moines for Goals as well.
I thought Goals was at the end of July.
It's at the very beginning. It's at the end of July.
Weekend.
It's the last weekend of July.
Yeah. No, it's the end of July, first weekend of August. I think it's like 1 and 2 August. But I think like some of the events start the 31st, maybe. Because I think August 1st is August 1st is a Saturday, if I looked at the calendar correctly.
Yeah, Country Boy Gun says, I had a concealment flag. It fell apart quickly. Most of them are people who don't know guns and don't know ARs take 30 years and optics. Yeah. I know that they had the shelves for a while that would drop down. And for a while, I wanted one of those. So I was like, oh, that'd be cool. And I will fully admit, in my like peak Brovet era, I saw Matt Best do a video where he had the gun safe bed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, I honestly always thought about doing that. Like, so I've got my Winchester Defender, getting just the U-hooks, putting them underneath the rail where it.
Oh no, like that I get, but this was you had to move the mattress off.
Yeah.
And open the deal for the gun safe. And I was like, that is both the coolest and dumbest thing I've ever seen.
Well, the one I saw, the guy actually had it in his headboard, and he like went like that with his arms, and it fell down, and he caught it. And I'm like, also kind of neat. Also, probably how you blow your head off at night.
Or break your nose when you drop it. But no, like the bed safe, like if you are trying to hide something, I'm not saying it's practical for home defense purposes, quick retrieval, but
they have a
scan
ton
through
of
a bedroom and you don't see anything that looks like a safe. You're not going to flip the mattress.
They have a ton of like bed gun safes now. Like that's actually really common. Just because they They're literally made to slide out from under the bed.
Yeah, I've seen some of them. For a while, I thought I wanted one, but it just made no sense for me to
Or
have it.
the converted bar or the converted garage fridge. So then you don't know.
Yeah, those
The,
right there.
the Pepsi machine gun safes.
Yeah.
Well,
But yeah,
that-
like the one I have on screen here, stuff like that. Yeah, I get it. That makes total sense for some people.
it
If
does.
you're
Yeah.
running like a 3-gun arsenal,
Yeah.
yeah. So Gideon Optics just shared in the chat that goals 26 will be August 1 and 2, and he also put the link up there.
That is perfect. I hope all you guys can go. I probably won't be able to join.
Yeah. So, and I got told that described quite accurately. Peak Brovit.
We all kind of had that when we first got back or when all that stuff was starting. And then you're like, okay, I don't need to get full sleeves and start a t-shirt company.
No, I do not. And I still don't
I'm
have
going to invite my friends and have a podcast instead.
Yeah. I mean, we went the other route.
Yeah.
But no, so there's just been a lot of storage options and things to have. Actually, I have one more thing to talk about. Since we're talking about safety and storage, and Bob is in the chat. I have a public service announcement to make. I'm not sure if I've talked about it on the air yet. Have I screamed into the ether about batteries?
Not in a while.
So, are you guys familiar with something called Reese's Law?
I'm sure
No.
we're going to be in a minute.
Reese's Law is like my new thing that I hate the most. And
So it's communist.
Oh, it's incredibly communist, and it specifically is developed around batteries and coin cell batteries specifically.
Oh, is this that law that Bob and them were talking about when they were on the show? Is it where everything has to have that your 3-year-old can't open the battery tray anymore?
Yep. When we were talking to Mike, and he was like, "Oh, it has to be so hard they can't open the packaging."
Remote.
And it's a giant pain in the ass to get into just to open it. Well, they went one step further now. And now they put a coating on all of the coin and button batteries to make it so that the batteries taste bad, so kids wouldn't eat them. And
have you met kids? They don't care what it tastes like.
Apparently, Dr. Scary Guy thinks I'm yelling into the mic because, hey, Dooley, how are your hearing aids doing?
Well, first of all, are they putting it on the 9-volt batteries? Because that's how I check batteries, is I lick them.
But anyways, I had this experience where I went through and I had a new Gideon Optic come in, and I went, hey, this is a bad thing. Or, like, not a bad thing, but it's like, hey, something's going on. And because I replaced the battery in it and went, this is not functioning correctly. Like, it was shake off, not shake awake, and had a bunch of issues. And I actually got a hold of technical support and Bob, and like, hey, so these batteries have a coating on them, and you have to like scrape the coating off or run it in and out of the battery well 4 or 5 times, or I shouldn't say 4 or 5 times, like 10 to 20 times, just like rack it out so that coating will scrape off, because the coating they put on to make them taste bad is non-conductive.
Awesome.
So it will go through and it's, hey, you have to do this. So the government literally screwed up batteries to the point where it caused almost a safety issue.
I mean, that checks. We all know what they did to gas cans.
Yeah.
Oh, so Dr. Scary Guy says, I guess I'm not yelling, but he asked about hearing aid batteries because his wife just returned a bunch because she couldn't get into the packaging. And mine are rechargeable. I plug them into their box at night. And also, I am told by a little birdie that you can also just rub a little cleaner alcohol on each side and be good.
That's good to know in the future too.
But now,
Are you gonna add that? Are you gonna add that to the manual when it tells you how to put the battery in? Make sure you clean it first. Is this only with the batteries that are shipping with the optics, or if I go buy a pack?
No, if you go buy a new set, it is that way.
Now?
Yeah.
Just the pill batteries, or are we talking every battery?
It's the coin cells, CR12 or the
CR 2020 or 2032.
So I think like AAAs and stuff like that. Yeah. Country Boy Guns. No incandescent bulbs, no Hilux, no new full auto. Let's just get a list going.
We're gonna get the Hilux.
We might. It's all coin cell batteries, and don't get me started on the gas cans. Like, hey, we've been using gas cans for like 100 years. Everything's fine. Then the government says, hey, we're gonna help with this, and completely fucks it up.
Yeah.
Yes.
And these are the people they want you to run your healthcare.
Yeah. That's true.
Anyway. No, sorry. I just had to start screaming into the ether about batteries because that is a public service announcement. And I am going to say, like, that was one where I wasn't like mad when I went through it. It was just like, hey, what's going on with this?
This is now a pain in the butt.
And I know that when we push through in Ghost, I've had it where like this battery doesn't seem like these batteries don't seem to last as long as they used to, type thing. Like this is supposed to be a 5 or 50,000 hour optic, and it doesn't work. And what it could be is actually that it's just not making connection through their stupid coding.
Well, I'm so glad I bought batteries in bulk a couple years ago. So
I want to know how many optics are going to get returned. This doesn't work.
2022 was when that went into effect, Garth.
Yeah, I bought batteries in bulk before that. Like, I went heavy.
But no, that is definitely a thing where people need to be kind of cognizant of it. And I didn't realize it. So Bob taught me that. So thank you, Bob.
Bob for the win.
But no, as we go through here and start to close out, I know we've talked a lot about like there's a lot of different options. And I digress. I also, in the middle of my rant, we had a Rumble rant come in. 1 second.
Oh, about 1 inch point of aim shift. Can you get the Rumble rant? I didn't see it in the actual chat.
You were muted.
Through StreamYard, so we have to read them. So Dusky Econ gave us a Rumble rant. Is it normal to have roughly 6 inch of deviation at 100 yards in POI consistently with a can? Is a typical change one might see. Shoots lower with. The answer to that is it is not unusual to have a deviation in your point of impact versus your point of aim with a can. There are a lot of factors that will go into this. Number one is what profile barrel are you using? Because if you're using a pencil weight barrel, it will have more deviation than like an H car. because it doesn't have the structure to it. So the lighter the barrel will cause it to droop. And if you're not using a free floated barrel and using a rest, so when you a non-free floated barrel, back in the days of like M16 A2s or even M4s, like ratty old ones, I had guys that would come up, and before we rebuilt almost all of them in the force, the ones that you could flex and move around, I would say, hey, don't use a loading or don't use a block to push down, because guys would go down and rest their barrel on the shooting blocks to zero with. And I said, that'll cause a shift. And at 25 yards, it caused a 2-inch shift on some rifles.
Really? Wow.
Well, those were cashed out rifles that had
They were
beat up. They'd been through a lot.
Yeah.
They were ready to settle down.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, but so they'd been through some things, and when that went through, it's but when you go through, it was a 2-inch difference at 25 yards from that, and that was just with resting down and like resting the barrel on the block versus the magazine. And I know that when like we went to our school, they're like, hey, use the magazine, it'll work for everything. And for doing the Army qualification game, 100% works. For doing realistic shooting, I still don't like it, but that's a me thing. To have that much deviation, so depending upon how much it is and how heavy your can is. So if you're running a no, GatLab asked, is Single Mom a new barrel profile? No, it is a gauge spec for takedown pins. And but the weight of your suppressor will have a lot to do with it. So 13.7 free floated, when you get into what the weight of your can is, having that much of a drop, if it's consistent all the time, it's really not that difference. And if it's repeatable, you'll know it's there. And can is a pound with an adapter. So yeah, if you have a lighter profile barrel, like thinner than government, hanging a pound off the end of that is going to cause a pretty significant drop.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
And I typically run a heavier barrel just because of that. I have one barrel that's a pencil profile, and that is on the BRN 180. And it has a more substantial POI shift than the rest do, but it's not as bad as it could be because it's a piston gun and it has the connection all the way through. But I also don't expect it to be as accurate because of the piston system and not having all of those things. It's not a truly free-floated barrel, etc.
Gotcha.
It's repeatable, and I'm not planning on taking it off. Just wanted to know. Nope, that is
why you have dedicated cans to dedicated firearms.
That is also true.
But then, if once you take you take it off to clean it, the can, you have to reconfirm that point of impact because it will change. Even same can, same barrel when you take it on and off. So, something to remember.
Yes, and when you're going through confirming all this, if you're tired of replacing your worn-out targets every session, go buy TCRT targets. Self-healing, long-lasting solution built for real shooters like you. TCRT targets are self-healing, modular, and tough. Built to take 400-plus rounds of 5.56 per square inch. They cut on ricochets, set up fast, and are last far longer than throwaway targets. They are even bear-proof, has been proven in dang free. Upgraded TCRT targets. The targets let you train safer, longer, and more effective. Ah, yes, indeed.
You bet.
So as we come up here in a close, I know that we answered some of the questions tonight. We got into some stuff. I think we covered storage and safes relatively well. We didn't go through all the options, but do what you think is best. I find it's best to err on the side of caution.
It's better to have a plan of some sort in case you need it someday. Or just build yourself a big old gun room and gun vault. That works too.
And then move your bed in there, and 30 days worth of rations, and just never come back out.
Yeah.
Art Guntner. Dooley's idol.
Hey, if Igloo was a little closer,
I'm pretty sure we could just go take over.
Oh, very much so.
Some of the news stories I've read out of there.
Oh, we'll talk more about this in a second. I have stories.
Outvote everybody, take over, we'll be fine.
So I watched what says, I'm thinking of in the wall between the studs. Tactical Walls. Tactical Walls is a company that got their start on, most people now know them for their mod walls. Because they have a lot of people use them as a mod wall that goes through that you can hang stuff on.
Mm-hmm.
But they actually got their start with wall inserts that are pretty rad. So they are like a full-length mirror.
Yep.
Or something like that you put in, you cut the dry sheetrock out between your studs and then install this, and it has a slider that goes across, so it just looks like a mirror or a painting or whatever mounted to your wall, but it has your guns mounted in there, and they have an RFID lock.
Yeah, those are pretty slick, pretty neat looking.
Yeah, I keep saying my forever house will have those.
Yeah, those are pretty neat.
Do we want to go down quick conspiracy theories?
Sure.
They found the Brown University shooter dead by suicide.
Oh, shocking.
Alleged?
The suspect that they, I think, named earlier today is dead by suicide.
Alleged.
Just like Jeffrey Epstein, huh? Same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hate your government. I don't care what side it is. Hate your government.
They're not on your side.
They're not.
And bully journalist.
Even though Dooley works for as much government as I do. Don't trust them. And bully journalists, yes, bully them. Call them out on their BS every time they say something stupid.
Yeah, I work for the government, but I'm at the lowest level of government. I'm county government.
Some days.
What?
Some days.
Well, I haven't done anything for the feds in a couple years. And then state once a month. But no, as we go through here, guys, we probably won't have a show next Thursday.
Probably not.
I'll probably get yelled. I'd probably beat if I was on.
Yeah, we'll probably be taking next Thursday off. So
yeah, so no show next week, or if you're listening next week, no show on Christmas. And but we'll be back to ring in the new year, guys. And because that'll actually be on New Year's Day.
It will be New Year's Day. Holy crap! Yeah, sure will.
Yeah, I got nothing going on New Year's evening. Maybe trying to sober back up.
Yeah.
I don't know. No plans yet.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Dusky says, ain't shaved, must have been a minute. Yeah, I get to kind of make my own schedule. I haven't got a haircut in a hot second either, and it's really bothering me. But no, guys, you got anything else to add before we kind of sign off for the evening?
Yeah. Guys, it's Christmas time. If you don't have a gift, go out and buy someone a member Patch of the Month Club for Patriot Patch, patriotpatch.co, because it is the perfect gift. You can give a patch every month to someone with one subscription to the Patriot Patch Club, patriotpatch.co. Yeah, Nick's got one up on screen. For those watching, I love that patch. It's in my Jeep right now. I've been thinking about doing some Velcro on the front end of my Jeep and sticking patches everywhere.
So here's another fun fact.
Uh-huh.
Do you know that they're also making other things? They're actually starting to make some like gun part adjacent products.
I did see some of that stuff. I haven't used it yet.
So this is effectively
bolt block. It's a bolt block, isn't it? Or
yep. But you pull the charging handle back and put this in place,
mm-hmm.
and it's a safety fin, so you can pull it out because it's the charging handle pulls the bolt to the rear.
Yep,
and it works just like a loaded chamber or like an empty chamber flag, but it holds it back. And they have another one made for use with LPVOs.
Nice.
I got to work with that, so
very cool.
They are neat. I enjoy them. Check out Jake and the guys. They do a lot of great things. He escaped communism and moved to the free state of South Dakota.
He did.
Joe, you got anything to add?
No, just like we said earlier, bully the journalists. Government sucks. Like, give us a like and a share on our social medias. Other gun aid.
One other thing to think about: write in with questions. We'll probably try and do a listener answer show. But what do you guys think? This is homework.
You just lost them all.
What do you guys think the implication of Trump's executive order moving marijuana from a Schedule 1 substance to a Schedule 3 substance means for medical marijuana users and firearms ownership?
Yeah.
Send us your essays. Please cite your sources.
No, that could have a lot of implications.
And no, it does. It does a lot. Everything that the government does and a lot of things that you don't think are Second Amendment issues quickly become Second Amendment issues when you get into it. So I thought he was supposed to be one of the smart ones. Country good bug guns. He's probably the kid that was complaining when the teachers didn't give homework.
No, he was like, weren't we supposed to have a quiz today?
Yeah. Mrs. Johnson, you forgot to get our assignments.
Although I know where, it's a roll tide, so probably not. But no, anything else?
Like I say, like our social medias, share it, comment, any interaction with it helps build us in the algorithm to get out there. Same with other people. If you see a young or a new entry into that Second Amendment, guns, hunting, firearm stuff on social media, give them a like, give them a share, just so help build them. We don't need to fight these wars on our own. And in the last week, if you've been on social media, you see all the stupid stuff that's been coming out with, the global geopolitical stuff all over the country or all over the world. And we are low-hanging fruit for people when they want to make a difference, and just don't let it happen.
Yeah. We live in interesting times. Guys, you know what I'm about to say. Go out, get training, get medical training. Remember that no one is coming to save you, and you are your own first responder. And you folks out there, stay safe and stay armed.